Hi everyone, thanks for listening my video. Last class we discussed about the student placement data set, especially on the univariant plus bivariant analysis, and we did also sheet Python codes to identify answers for various questions to understand the behavior of the data to extract the actionable insight. So in this demo, which is basically a continuation of the previous data analysis demonstration with respect to placement data, I'm just going to show a data visualization using a famous tool called DataStudio, which is being provided by Google Cloud. So what I'm going to do now with this student data set, I just build dashboard using the Data Studio. Let me just quickly get into Data Studio. So this is how I just created an executive dashboard. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to present this now so that it will give lot of actionable insight so that we can understand exactly what the data says from 360-degree view. Okay. So having said that, first I'm just selecting a gender. In this case, I have male and female, and they have the average score with respect to their 10th. Okay, so in this case, if you look at male and female, female is much better than male. Okay, and next one is that we have just to select the slider for higher secondary pass mark. Let me show you something that as it keeps going up and down, the rest of the parameters with respect to entrance test average pass mark, min and maximum marks getting affected, because I just created a connection between 12th standard pass mark with respect to entrance pass mark and MBA pass mark. Let me just quickly show you how that works so that you would able to understand what exactly I was trying to say. Okay. Now let's say it's been dragged until 97.7. So if you look at the minimum entrance pass score is 50 and the maximum is 98 and the average is 72. And similarly, the average pass mark for MBA is just a 62. Okay. And if you look at this particular meter, it starts from 0 to 100. It says the average pass mark is 62. So when I try to, reduce the scale from 92, let's say somewhere around 60 or 55. Now, if you look at this particular picture, it getting changed according to the scale that I have selected with respect to the 12 standard pass mark. Okay. Now, if you look at this particular, speedometer is also getting reduced. It has become just a 30, whereas previously it had 62. Okay. And this marks is also getting changed. So when I select 65% of 12 standard mark, the maximum mark for entrance mark become 98. Okay. So you can just make a comparison between higher secondary pass mark with respect to entrance pass mark and average pass mark. You can select any row or rather a column and compare with the result column, and you can try to understand the behavior of the data. Okay. And in this particular graph, we are going to discuss about the degree streams and their average pass marks. So here in this data set, we have science and technology, others, commerce and management. So if you look at this particular data set, what I would say that science and technology far better than others and commerce and management. So what I was trying to say, science and technology background people have secured a good amount of marks when compared to the rest of the folks, because they may not from the techie background. Uh, that could be the reason. It's like 100%. I would say that my understanding is that they may not show as equal interest as techie guys having. So that could be the possibilities that science and technology have gained good average that is beyond 65% as compared to the rest. Okay, so here we are just split the higher secondary stream that is commerce, science, and arts. So if you look at this particular thing, like commerce has gained 59 count, and then science 57, and then we have arts which is 55. So what I was trying to say that each stream belongs to 12th standard pass marks with respect to their 12th standard. I'm sorry, 12th standard stream with respect to their 12th standard pass mark. So when you compare this particular picture, I would say that commerce guys are doing much better when compared to arts and or rather I can say that odds 55, uh, commerce science 57, and commerce 59. Yeah, exactly right. So commerce guys are better when compared to the rest, that is especially science and arts. Okay, okay. This particular graph, as we have discussed, that based upon the selection of the MBA, I just map it to the rest of the parameters. Still, we will be discussing about MBA pass mark in rest of the graphs. Okay, and if you look at this particular graph, is that what I was trying to say here? I was trying to say that I have taken consideration into the work experience. Yes, no. Okay, and what is their count of salary, meaning like how many of them are getting salary or how many of them are not getting salary. So if you look at this particular scenario, that the people who have work experience are just getting a salary of a 34 count, whereas the people who do not have experience are getting a 77 count, which means from this data set, what I would infer that it doesn't matter whether they have experience or not, still they are able to clear MBA pass marks, entrance pass mark, and able to get placed and able to gain salary. So this would not impact our data set as such. Okay, and next would be that in this particular table, we will be, this is basically a pivot table. So what we are trying to say here, I have taken consideration work experience, which is no yes, and higher secondary stream, which is science, commerce, and arts. And also I have taken into consideration the salary parameter, okay, which is account of salary. So what I was trying to say that from this, science without experience, they are able to, 40 people are able to get salary. Okay. Commerce without experience, 34 people are able to get salary. Odds, no experience, 3 people are able to get salary. Similarly, science with experience, 18 people. Commerce with experience, 13 people. Odds with experience, 3 people. So again, this is proving our statement that the work experience has not got nothing to do with the salaries being received from our people from the data set. Okay, so we can more or less we can completely eliminate the work experience part, because they might have worked or not worked, but not worked guys still able to clear their academics and able to get a good salary. And the number of people who do not have experience are getting salary as compared to people who have experienced and got placed through the campus interview. Okay, and in the next graph, what we are going to discuss about, this is a kind of waterfall graph. So here I have taken into consideration with respect to x-axis higher secondary pass marks, higher secondary stream, that is commerce, science, and arts, and on the y-axis I have taken into consideration salary, MBA pass mark, entrance pass mark. Okay. Now, if you look at the science with respect to the pass marks, which this is an average. This is not an count. Okay. So science people have got 62%, close to 62%, with respect to MBA pass mark. Okay, and the science people with respect to entrance test have gained 72%, and similarly, commerce people able to gain good marks. If you look at these things, okay, close to some 60%, and commerce background people with respect to entrance test, they just gained 68%. Okay, this is an average. So odds 58 with respect to commerce, sorry, with respect to MBA pass mark, and with respect to entrance pass mark, it's 70%. Okay, so out of this, commerce, science, arts, 12 standard streams, I would say that science people are still doing a lot. This particular statement, which we have proved when we were discussing about the previous graph. Let me show that graph as well to clear the air. Once again, I think my system stuck. Okay, here also we confirm the statement, right? Science people are doing a pretty good job. And also, if you look at this particular salary picture with respect to this particular graph, I would say that the arts and science comparing, I would say that arts background people from 12 standard with respect to their MBA pass mark, entrance pass mark, have able to get six students able to get the salary. And when it comes to commerce, with respect to MBA pass mark and entrance pass mark, 47 counts able to get salary. And when it comes to science background with the MBA pass mark and entrance test, I would say 58 people able to get their salary. So this particular thing again and again, they keep saying that science people are doing a pretty good job with respect to MBA pass mark, entrance test pass mark, and also they are able to get uh, placed through their campus placement, and the amount of people placed and getting salary is 58 count when compared to commerce and arts and science. So what I would say from this data set, still science people are far ahead of commerce and arts people. That's the reason a majority of them have placed and able to get salary. Okay. And in this particular graph, I'm going to discuss about the specialization with respect to their MBA. Okay, in their MBA, they had the specialization HR, marketing, um, and then marketing and finance. Okay, so in this category, we are just going to discuss about. Okay, now we are going to discuss about this particular graph. As I was saying, marketing HR salary count is 60, and when it comes to marketing and finance, the salary count is 51. So I would say that marketing and HR, majority of them are able to placed and able to get salary as compared to marketing and finance. It's just a 51 count. Okay, and you can just do whatever the activity that you say. For example, here I forgot to show something. I can just play around with this, like I can just change, I can see from MBA perspective what it is happening. Okay, those things also is possible. Selected MBA with respect to higher secondary, what's happening. Okay, there is a slight amount of changes when I try to do from ascending to descending, basically it's a sorting function. Okay, and next graph is that box plot. So in this box plot, it may not look exactly a box plot. However, the moment I plotted the data, based upon the data, the box got skewed. Say, for example, if I go to the not work experience category, I can see that I have the record count of 77, and the pass mark 10 standard pass average is 61, MBA 60, 12 standard 57, degree pass 63. So more or less it fall within the range of 57 to 62. Okay. With respect to work experience, yes, I would say that it is also starts from somewhere around 60, and it keeps going until 1 second. Okay, so it's showing somewhere around 60 to 66. Okay, so total count is 34. So here in this case, the work experienced guys are, I would say, they are, much more steadied well when compared to the guys who are not having work experience, because here their average pass percentage would starts from 60 to 66. Okay, whereas the guys who don't have an work experience, it starts from 57, 57 to uh, somewhere around 63. Okay. Okay, so if at all I wanted to put a sorting function, I can do a sorting whatever I wanted to do. Okay, so that I can understand the behavior of the data. So this is how we need to plot the data into the data studio and try to understand the behavior of the data, and just discover the patterns from one column to the other column, or from dependent variable to the independent variable, and help to narrow down a story which may not be covered in our previous session. If you have any questions, please comment me in the YouTube channel, so that I would be happy to assist you further. Thanks. See you. Bye bye.